Alright guys, today we're going to be doing a full service on my 2014 Polaris RZR 800S. This is going to be basically a how-to to change your diff fluid, trans fluid, engine oil, new air filter, why we already have everything apart, so we might as well go ahead and just do a full service on this thing. This is going to be kind of a show you guys how to do it if you have your own RZR. Maintenance is key with these things, so you got to stay up to date on changing the fluids, and it will just help you prolong the life of your machine. So before we get into the video, let's go ahead and unbox our parts. As you can see here, we have all of our parts laid out. We have our engine oil. This is all Polaris brand fluids. You can get this kit on Amazon. I actually put a link to it in the description of this video. We have our Polaris brand oil filter, Champion spark plugs, brand new air filter. Air filters are a must on these 800s. They're really bad about going bad and dusting the engines. Gear case lubricant and demand drive fluid. So there's a couple different fluids here. I'll have to do the research. I'll have to research this real quick and see what goes where. Guys, and I figure I'll go ahead and throw this. This is a RZR 2014 800S model. So I'll show where all the fluids go. The AGL is going to go in the transmission gear case. The PS4 is going to go in the engine, obviously. The angle drive is going to go in the rear gear case. This will be for the rear differential. The demand drive will be for the front. Yes, front differential. So make sure you guys put all these fluids in the right spot. The first thing we're going to do is the rear diff. So let's jump over there and get a drain. Okay guys, that right there, I'm trying to get it to focus. I'm zoomed in a little too far. Anyways, that bolt up in here, touch it with my finger, that's the drain. You can get a wrench up in there. It's a 13 mil, so just make sure you get a drain down below on the ground. We'll start draining that fluid out real quick. That we're going to make a mess here in a second. Yep, that's gonna make a mess. The fluid's honestly in pretty good shape. I'm gonna go ahead and take the fill out. It looks like it takes a 3/8 ratchet. Just because I think for one it's gonna drain faster. We're gonna have to fill it here in a second anyways. Not a magnet or anything like that. So yeah, we're gonna let this guy drain out and then we'll fill it back up real quick. Okay guys, while this is draining, we're gonna jump to the front and then we will start draining the front. Okay guys, and then there on the bottom is the drain. Right underneath the differential, it's an 8mm Allen head socket. You're gonna have to clean that hole out a little bit. Mine was pretty dirty. So let's go ahead and get that pulled out and then we'll start draining the front fluid. Got to really make sure you get this cleaned out. You don't want to strip this, guys. That would suck. I'll go ahead and just tap it up in there. Bottom out. Break this thing loose. Ooh, that was sketch. And all this fluid, guys, is in really good shape. Doesn't smell burn or anything, so that's good. A little bit of metal in here, but as expected for this unit has 3,700 miles on it. You can see the metal is coming off the magnet. So we'll let this finish draining. We'll jump to the back and start filling it. Okay guys, so this is just like a regular dip. Whenever you're gonna fill it, you want to fill it until your finger is level. I'm sure it's gonna probably take pretty much this whole quart. So you can see how I got a funnel wedged in here. The kit comes with a little paper one I'll have to use probably on the front, but on the rear I have this long black funnel. So I'll just start filling it. This is the angle drive fluid. Now we're filling her up. Okay, as you guys can see, it's leaking out of it now. I overfilled it a little bit, but that's okay. I overfilled it a little bit, that's okay. Not gonna hurt anything. Just nice and finger level. Our fluid's right there. So let's go ahead and stick our drain plug, or our fill plug back in. And these are O-ring fittings, O-ring plugs. So just You know, keep that in mind when you're tightening this stuff up. You don't have to really go crazy with it. That right there is plenty tight. First, guys, we need to reinstall our drain plug. This is also an O-ring fitting, so don't go crazy tightening this up. And it's kind of like you have to kind of stick it through like a layer of mud, and then you reach the diff. So be careful not to like get any mud in the threads. Just try to avoid a leak. Make sure you're real clean when you're doing this. That part there's plenty tight. Now we'll go fill it. There's the fill plug. I'm gonna take that plug right there out. It's also gonna be an 8mm. So let's get that out and then we'll get our funnel stuck up in here. Okay guys, this one is gonna be very difficult to fill, but I'm gonna use the paper one and just kind of hold it up and then get my quart bottle in here and I'll fill it. But I'm gonna do this off camera because I know it's gonna take probably like 5 minutes to get that thing full. It's just kind of in a weird spot. But once again, the front is going to take the demand drive. So we'll go ahead and we will fill it up until we have it level with our finger. Stick our finger in and fill the fluid, and then we'll move on to the transmission or the engine. I don't know yet. All right guys, I'll be honest with you. The last 20 minutes I've been trying to figure this out. It's pretty confusing, but now I have it figured out, so hopefully this helps you. So you're gonna be changing the fluid. There's 2 different drains you have to drain. This is the main gear case, and this is considered the transfer case over on this side, okay? So here is the drain plug for the main gear case. You can access it through a hole on the bottom, get up in there. This is your main gear case drain plug. So we're gonna drain that one, and then we're gonna fill it with the AGL to the bottom of this fill level plug. And then the gear case fluid will be changed. You also will have to drain the transfer case. The drain for it is on the bottom, and this hole right here, this is how you drain the transfer case. I don't know if you can see my finger up in there or not, but that's where the drain is for that. And you will fill it through this hole, but you do not want to fill it above this check plug right here. This is the full, you'll basically just take that out and you want to fill it up through this hole, through that until it starts coming out of that bolt hole, and then you'll put that bolt back in. So we'll remove, to start to drain it, remove the drain plug right here, and we'll remove the drain plug right here. Kind of confusing, took me a while to figure it out. So first, let's remove both those drain plugs. All right guys, we're gonna start by filling the transfer case first. So you guys can see, we have our funnel in there, and then there's our drain plug, or fill plug, directly to the right of that wire connector is our fill plug. When it starts to come out of that hole, that's when we need to stop putting fluid in. So let's do that one first. And then second, we're gonna fill into this hole right here, the one in the middle of the screen. We're gonna fill to that one until it comes all the way out of it. All right, and that's good and tight. So that is going to wrap up the transfer case and mirror. The transfer case and main gear case, those fluids are both good. The only fluid we have left to change, guys, is the oil. But why we're already in a perfect camera angle set up right now, I'm gonna go ahead and change the air filter. It is behind this little cover right here, so I'm gonna pop this cover off and change it real quick. Just 3, honestly. Yeah, just 3. Oh man, she's dirty. She's freaking dirty. Okay guys, I'm gonna install the air filter back in it. I just wiped it down really good on the inside. Gotta make sure there's no dust in there or anything. There's a little rubber grommet needs to go on there. We'll stick it up in here. Oh boy, it's freaking tight. There's some 3M tape right here. I guess you're supposed to 3M that something. And then we'll go ahead and stick the cover back on. Just like that, air filter's changed. All right guys, we got the engine oil draining. You can see which hole it's in the skid plate. It takes a 6mm Allen head socket, so it'll focus on it. I don't know why it won't focus on that. Why will you not focus? Anyways, 6mm Allen head socket. I was trying to show you guys because I almost stripped the thing out. There was just some dirt lodged up inside of it that I thought it had it in there pretty good, and it started around it, but it's good. I was able to clean it out with a pick and clean it up a little more, but there's no sealing wash or anything on this. The funnel I got came with a sealing washer, so I'm gonna make sure to stick that back on. But yeah, we're gonna let the engine oil drain out, and then we're gonna change the spin-off filter right there. And then I really don't even know where to fill it, so I'll get back up with you guys whenever I find out where to fill it. Okay guys, the oil, I already took the oil filter off and forgot to record taking it off. So now I'm going to install the new one. It's kind of a little tight squeeze to get it in here. Make sure your surface is clean. You have to kind of hold this coolant line up and then slide the filter in here. Make sure not to get dirt, especially with a razor. These things are so dirty. Try not to get anything. And this filter is kind of tricky. Then get it started on here. All right guys, we got the passenger side seat pulled out. We went ahead and removed the dipstick. The engine holds 2 quarts of oil. It's like 1.9 quarts. So this is gonna take forever to fill, as you can see. So I'm gonna sit here, fill this thing up. We'll check the oil, let it run for a minute, and after we let it run for a minute, we will check it again. I'm going to start this thing up, let it run for a minute, and then we'll check the oil. That is going to wrap up the end of this video. So now you guys know how to change the fluids. Absolutely all of the fluids, minus the coolant, on your 2014 RZR 800S. I did have to look through the owner's manual quite a bit to find out where all the drain plugs and everything were. And to be honest, I really think this video is going to help out as just kind of something that people can skip through if they're trying to do it real quick. Get on YouTube, punch it in, hopefully find the video and be able to see, okay, well this is how I change it. Maybe they're just changing one fluid. So I may put that in the description as well. At this time we're going to do this, at this time we're going to do this. So my dog's behind me trying to attack my cats, but that's going to wrap it up, guys. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and we'll see you guys on the next one.